everybody? It's Memorial Weekend. Normal updates. I had a couple of the sweet potato slips. I left them in the water and they were not looking all that great. This one died off. Looks like this one is still alive. I'm not real happy with these. It's the second set of slips from two different companies. Then I also had potatoes, purple sweet potatoes, and they did not sprout, and it's just really disappointing. And it's not super costly, but I mean, it just feels like you're throwing money out the window sometimes. But I've got some different slips coming. These are coming from Baker Creek, so I'm hoping that they're going to be a better quality, a little more expensive. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, these are, if I remember right, these are all figs, and they're doing okay. A little crispy here, but they're surviving. Don't know what's going on with the blackberry. Either I'm hitting it with too much fertilizer, or it's just not liking something. There's enough water. I don't think I'm over watering it, but a lot of these that gave some fruit or trying to give fruit are dying. This tall thing is doing okay. It's a little browning, and then there's one that's kind of leaning over there. So I'm going to lay off the fertilizer and see what happens. And then the other ones that were underneath, they're doing okay. They didn't die off like the other ones. Obviously, it was all weather related. So mulberry's not doing bad. I need to put in a couple zip ties and kind of secure some of these limbs so they're not flopping all over the place. It's surviving. There's a few berries on there. It's just, not a lot going on. I've been watering these, and some of these will say it kind of came back. They would dry out a little bit. You can see all are peppers except for there's one tomato, and it's a sweet 100. And anytime in a couple of days. Alley, some of it's looking good, some of it's not. Let's go along trying to get everything to train itself to crawl up the trellis. It's doing pretty good for the most part. They need a little convincing here or there, but we've got baby cucumbers. These couple over here on the end are the green apples. Looks like we might have a cucumber or two hiding in here. The beans are not doing real well. They started out great. I've been picking them, been eating them. They look like they're, I don't know, they kind of look like they're dry, but they're not lacking for water. They're in these self-wicking tubs. The tubs have water in them, and I'm guessing these are more bush style than they are pole style. So these would be the tongues of fire, and these would be the dragon tongue. So just kind of learning to see how they grow. And then these are all the rattlesnake, which they're starting to some of them are going up the trellis, and some of them are just kind of falling down. Like I said, these kind of started when it was a little cooler, so I think it stunted their growth a little bit. So, but do have some rattlesnake beans. They're more of a round bean instead of a flat bean like these other two. There are some beans on here. Here's a pretty decent sized one. Oh, actually, no, it's smaller than I thought it would be. And the snap and sugar and I don't know which is which. I forgot how I planted them. I need to reseed it, so some of them are gonna continue on. Don't see if there's any good sized beans hanging out here. They're just kind of hiding. There's a couple. There we go. Garlic, probably gonna tackle, well, here. Let's take a look at what's hiding underneath here. That's no good. You can see the cloves are just popping out, so that did, well, there's something. I can't even pull that out. That's good and bad, I suppose. Let's grab one of these and let's just do something live and unscripted, unrehearsed. See what's hiding under here. Not much of a head of garlic after all that work. That is one tiny head of garlic. But that was the attempt at the fall and overwinter, so I'll have to get in here. I mean, look at some of these. It's kind of weird, right? Look at that, where it's got some garlic bulbs up there. That's a little funky. Onions are starting to die back, so I'll probably need to clip and pull those and dry those out. These are the Blue Lake green beans, so these are like the ones you get in the can at the store. That's the same variety. They look a little crispy. I think it's just because of the heat. Couple of dry spots, but for the most part the soil's wet. Again, these are self-wicking tubs. I need to get out here and hit these with some hydroponic solution. Potatoes, they're just kind of gimping along. A couple weeks and I'll be able to look at harvesting some of those. These are the Kennebecs. Nothing's happening after a week. I didn't expect anything quite yet. Strawberries are kind of hit and miss between the heat and whatnot, so I'm hoping that they kind of get a second run and start flowering. Kind of rambling this is going on, so I didn't get back to radishes yet. Horseradish is doing its thing. One of the stars of the show this week, I guess, are the multiplying onions. They're looking really good, and they're actually multiplying. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 or 7 bunches down in here. So we got to figure out how to gently harvest some of those out. The rare giant crimson, the lone seed that barely survived, is doing well. I trimmed it, I added more dirt, brought the dirt level up, and hopefully it'll continue on. Again, these sad sweet potatoes, it does look a little dry because I haven't watered yet today, so I figured I'd shoot a video before the neighbors got noisy. So that one looks like it might survive. This one, 50-50 chance, there's a couple new leaves. One DOA, and looks like one's dying. And I've been coming out putting the little buckets on there when it was hot, and one DOA, that one's probably dead, and that one's iffy because I can see a couple leaves on the back side, so nothing super promising. The raspberries, I think they actually start blooming, I think, later in the year, so I need to get in, kind of clean some of these up. There was a berry and looks like a bird got it, so I didn't even get to snack on the one berry. Isn't that sad? You can actually hear the damn birds in here, but whatever. The lone apple apparently must have broken and fallen off in the winds because it's gone now. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. This is the Walmart lemon. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's a grip of them hiding under here. Some of those are rotting and gonna fall off, and there's a couple down at the bottom. So we'll see what happens. The ones that are actually looks like they're growing should continue to grow. I'm gonna pick that lemon this weekend. And then I don't know why some of these turn the way they turn. But we've got a bunch everywhere. So that's doing well. This is the they've been hiding. I haven't been able to see them. So this was the lime that I bought when I bought this lemon. This has never fruited, but this year 2, 3, at least 3 that I can spot offhand, so that's a start. The Yukon's starting to die off now. They're due, so I'll pick these probably next weekend, give them a chance to dry out. I haven't been watering it for a little while either, so. This is the Walmart lime, and I mean there's just too many to count, and a bunch have fallen off too because of the wind or the birds, but there's dozens. And I'm guessing what happens, it's kind of like a cucumber where it starts to bud, and I'm guessing it doesn't get pollinated correctly and it falls off. But and the blueberry, I was looking here the other day, there was a monster blueberry growing, but they're doing their thing. Obviously I think the birds get in here a little bit too, but so the blueberries are starting to get a little bigger in size. These are a little dry again. I haven't watered today. Hasn't been super hot. Well, it was 100 degrees like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week, or this week. This is Saturday, no, this is Sunday. So it's been in the last 3 days, been in the 70s and 80s. So watering these every other day. Nothing on this apple, but you know, lots of growth. And we'll kind of close out this week with this apple tree, which I thought was dead, which is obviously not dead. I was watering it from the top, and then there's one that fell off. Some of the apples were looking a little shriveled, and the reservoir was basically empty, so I've been filling that. I've been topping it off every day, back to looking like apples. So, and I'll probably do a little trimming for some of the dead leaves, but there's a couple dozen on here. So anyway, I forgot to finish up. I was so busy rambling. So the purple Cherokee, it's got a couple here and there. The husky red cherry, which is really healthy, it's got a bunch hanging out everywhere. The black crim, there are a couple tomatoes hiding, but it's pretty healthy. Lots of blossoms. The sun sugar, oh, there's some critter in there eating my tomato. Huh. That's not good. Anyways, it's starting to turn color. The serrano's got some buds. I don't see any peppers yet. This is the lunchbox. And I see blossoms. About half a dozen pepperoncinis. Not quite big enough to pick yet. And the Big Bertha has buds. So that's going to take a while because that's a big pepper. So I'll get this spliced in again. Thanks for watching.